The most awaited welterweight unification bout between Jaron Ennis and Eimantas Stanionis has garnered significant attention from boxing enthusiasts and professionals alike. This clash will see Ennis defending his IBF title against Stanionis, the WBA champion, with both fighters aiming to solidify their positions at the pinnacle of the welterweight division.
Jaron Ennis will put up his belt against the belt of Eimantas Stanionis April 12th in luxurious Atlantic City.
I love that fight. I'll tell you though, Kim, like I mentioned last time, I was a little concerned with him squeezing himself down to the weight class. He's going to do it yet again. It's a big opportunity for Stanionis if he's able to hang in there and maybe catch him in the later rounds. A big fan of Boots, but I feel like he's bursting out the seams and he's doing himself a disservice, squeezing himself down to this weight class. I think he'll shine even more once he starts stepping up in weight.
Stanionis is a hard-nosed, rugged, two-fisted grinder. Not great one-punch power, but he beats on you. Leaves bruises all over your body.
Jaron Ennis has rapidly ascended the welterweight ranks, earning acclaim for his explosive power and technical prowess. In 2024, Ennis showcased his versatility with a fifth-round stoppage of David Avanesyan in July and a dominant decision win over Karen Chukadzian in November. These performances have positioned him as a formidable force within the division. Jaron Ennis, hailing from Philadelphia, boasts an unblemished record of 33 wins, with 29 coming by way of knockout. His recent performances include a unanimous decision victory over Karen Chukadzian in November 2024 at the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia, where he showcased his ability to control the pace and distance of the fight. Earlier in July 2024, Ennis secured a fifth-round technical knockout against David Avanesyan, demonstrating his finishing prowess.
Nice, right there. Nice. Over and under, right there. Over and under with that same hand, right there. Yeah, turn it. Turn your hip with it. Do it again. Go take that hip with it. That's it. Do it again. Come back with the hook. Nice, nice, nice.
With my boots is the mandatory. He's calling you out now.
Right now in my career, a lot of people like boost this, boost that, boost this. You know, fighting boost is a lose-lose situation. I win, they're gonna say, oh, well, he was young, he wasn't ready. You got the experience though. You got so much more than this kid that never been tested before, you know, because we always seen him win a fashionable way, you know, to where we say, oh man, he's cold, he's skillful, but he's never been in the ring with nobody to test him. Me fighting Boots, not a mega fight. I'm looking for a big challenge. Not taking anything away from Boots, but where I am at in my career right now, all my eyes off to get to where I am. And I deserve to do whatever the fuck I want.
Eimantas Stanionis, a 2016 Olympian, has demonstrated resilience and determination throughout his career. He captured the WBA title by defeating Rajab Bhuta in 2022 and was elevated to full champion status in 2024. Despite facing periods of inactivity due to opponent health issues, Stanionis remains a relentless and durable competitor. Eimantas Stanionis, representing Lithuania, holds a perfect record of 15 wins with 9 knockouts. In May 2024, he earned a unanimous decision over Gabriel Maestre at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, displaying his resilience and tactical acumen. Prior to that, Stanionis claimed a split decision victory against Rajab Bhuta in April 2022, underscoring his ability to prevail in closely contested bouts.
What are you getting ready for?
For Ennis Boots.
Oh, you fight Boots?
Yeah.
147?
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta lose some weight too.
Yeah. part of the game, huh?
I can't believe Eimantas Stanionis re-signed the PBC, man. That's got to be one of the saddest things I've seen. I hope that shit is so fake. I mean, it ain't fake because Michael Coppinger reporting it, but damn, he shouldn't have did that, man. I don't know what they're going to give him on that PBC side.
Both fighters have reportedly engaged in rigorous training camps to prepare for this unification bout. Ennis has focused on enhancing his defensive maneuvers and counterpunching abilities, anticipating Stanionis' aggressive approach. His camp has emphasized the importance of footwork and lateral movement to create angles and exploit openings in Stanionis' defense. Stanionis' preparation has centered on conditioning and stamina, ensuring he can maintain his high-pressure style throughout the fight. His team has worked on strategies to cut off the ring effectively, limiting Ennis' mobility and forcing exchanges in close quarters where Stanionis can capitalize on his inside fighting skills. Ennis' strategy is likely to involve utilizing his reach advantage to keep Stanionis at bay, employing a sharp jab and swift combinations to score points while minimizing engagement in prolonged exchanges. His ability to switch stances may also serve to confuse Stanionis and create additional openings. Stanionis will aim to neutralize Ennis' reach by closing the distance and applying consistent pressure. Targeting the body early could sap Ennis' energy and reduce his mobility, making him more susceptible to Stanionis' inside attacks as the fight progresses.
Jaron Ennis and Stanionis. Let me tell you something. Jaron Ennis passes the eye test. He's never been in a fight for me to convincingly say he's passed the test. He's never been through adversity, never been hurt, never really been hit and clipped to have him days. It hasn't happened. So for everybody saying Jaron Ennis is the truth, he beats everybody, hold your horses. Stop taking it to the stupid. He does pass the eye test, I'll tell you that. But this fight against Stanionis was 15-0 and Jaron Ennis 33-0. This is the fight, in my opinion, that's going to say if he passes the test. Like, Stanionis is a tough Lithuanian. He gets busy in the ring. Bit of inactivity. You can blame Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford for that shit. But the bottom line is Stanionis ain't coming to lay down. If Boots can do Stanionis the way he did Roman Villa, then Boots is on his way. Anyway, I got Boots. Probably by stoppage late in the fight, Stanionis takes too many shots, and then he'll be on, hopefully, to a unification.
Eimantas Stanionis has expressed confidence in identifying vulnerabilities in Ennis's style, stating, "When I was supposed to fight him in 2020, I saw holes." He acknowledges the mutual recognition of weaknesses, adding, "I think he sees the holes in my style as well." Jaron Ennis, on the other hand, is focused on making a definitive statement in this bout. He remarked, "This is the fight I've been waiting for. I believe I was made for moments like this, and on April 12th, I will be making a big statement. You will see the very best of me. It's time to shine, be great, and collect those belts."
Jaron Ennis versus Eimantas Stanionis, April 12th at the Boardwalk. Unification class at welterweight. Jaron Ennis is finally getting a chance to crack, getting a crack at getting another title. He's been clamoring that he wants he wants to be chasing legacy. And I'm not mad at that, because I feel like more guys should chase legacy. But, this is supposed to be a good scrap. Both guys are undefeated, if I'm not mistaken. I think Ennis is 33-0, 29 KOs. Forgot what Stanionis is. But, Stanionis comes from the Eastern European style, and he's going to make it very tough on Jaron Ennis. It's not going to be a cakewalk. And, I'm kind of glad that, Stanionis, finally came out and said, "I'm still right here." Guys, like the disregard Stanionis, don't even say his name. And, you really would forget, he has the WBA title that was.
To counter Ennis's speed and agility, Stanionis will likely employ a strategy centered on maintaining relentless pressure and a high work rate. By staying on the offensive, he aims to disrupt Ennis's rhythm, forcing him into exchanges where his own power and resilience could prevail. Enhancing defensive techniques will also be crucial for Stanionis. Improving head movement, blocking, and clinching when necessary can help him withstand Ennis's combinations and counters, neutralizing Ennis's offensive bursts. Additionally, targeting Ennis's body could be an effective tactic for Stanionis, as consistent body work may sap Ennis's energy and reduce his mobility, potentially opening up opportunities for headshots as the fight progresses. Establishing control of the ring by cutting off escape routes and limiting Ennis's movement can prevent him from leveraging his speed and agility, keeping the fight in areas where Stanionis feels most comfortable. Anticipating Stanionis' tactics, Ennis might employ several countermeasures to maintain his advantage. Utilizing lateral movement and maintaining distance can prevent Stanionis from establishing the pressure game he favors, allowing Ennis to control the pace of the fight. Leveraging his hand speed to land quick combinations can score points and deter Stanionis from advancing, keeping him at bay. Exploiting openings left by Stanionis' aggressive style through precise counterpunching can capitalize on mistakes and shift momentum in Ennis's favor. Using the entire ring to his advantage, Ennis can dictate the pace and location of exchanges, keeping the fight in areas where he feels most comfortable and minimizing Stanionis' opportunities to apply pressure.
High guard up, but he's actually low-key a counterpuncher. A lot of people don't realize that and don't see him as a counterpuncher, because most people, when they see a counterpuncher, they're seeing shit like this. They slip, and then they tag him. But Stanionis doesn't do that. You see, he's very sneaky. If you know boxing, you know what I'm talking about. This dude will be in his high guard, and then as soon as you attack, he attacks with you. As soon as you throw your shit, he'll tag you with a freaking hook. As soon as you throw that, boom, he's throwing while you're throwing. So, and we know that Boots sometimes, he has the nice short, uppercuts and shit, but Boots likes to throw wide a lot of times. And if Stanionis happens to time Boots while Boots is going ham on him or whatever, because he's on the high guard. So I know Boots is going to try to break his high guard. He's going to try to, go with his jab. He's going to try to throw the uppercuts in his southpaw stance, whatever he's going to get into. Stanionis already watched the tapes. He already knows. So he's going to work on that timing. So as soon as, Boots is trying to go to his body or go to, the side of his head or whatever the case may be, comment below if this actually does happen, because a lot of the times when I call these things that does happen, watch when I'm telling you while Boots is trying to break Stanionis' high guard, he's going to get caught with some shit. And I hope Boots can handle his power, because if Boots can't handle his power, he's going to get stumbled.
Promoter Eddie Hearn has highlighted the significance of this matchup, stating, This is a simply brilliant fight. When we signed Boots, I said to him that we would deliver unifications, and it's great to get this over the line. With the biggest fight of his career right in front of him, I know Jaron will shine brighter than ever.
I mean, there was definitely conversations between Matchroom and Top Rank on that. Some numbers were discussed. We had to kind of halt those because our strict instructions for Ennis are, I want to unify. And if I can't unify, I'll either move to 154 and fight Ortiz, or potentially we could fight Teofimo Lopez. I like the Lopez fight, but all he wants to do is unify. So we're going to exhaust those conversations with the champions, and if we can't make it, we could fight Lopez or we could fight Ortiz. But you will see, whatever happens, you will see Ennis either in a unification or a massive fight next.
Christian Carto, a super bantamweight contender with a record of 23 wins and 1 loss, including 16 knockouts, has shared his insights on the most awaited welterweight unification championship between unbeaten IBF champion Jaron "Boots" Ennis and undefeated WBA champion Eimantas Stanionis. In his analysis, Carto highlights Ennis's exceptional speed, power, and versatility as key factors that could pose significant challenges for Stanionis. He notes that Ennis's dynamic fighting style allows him to control the pace of the fight, making it difficult for opponents to implement their strategies effectively. Conversely, Carto acknowledges Stanionis' resilience and relentless pressure. He points out that Stanionis' come-forward style and durability have served him well in previous bouts. However, Carto suggests that Stanionis may face difficulties against a fighter of Ennis's caliber, especially if he cannot close the distance and impose his will. Carto emphasizes that the outcome of the fight will largely depend on whether Stanionis can withstand Ennis's early onslaught and establish his own rhythm. If Stanionis allows Ennis to dictate the pace, he may struggle to find success. However, if he can disrupt Ennis's flow and engage in close quarters exchanges, he might create opportunities to exploit potential openings.
Boots is ready. I mean, I think whoever Boots fights, I think he can beat. And he's training super hard, so he's ready to fight. It's gonna be a good night for him too.
All right, now you know he's been after a unification bout for probably like the last year or so.
Yeah.
He's been in search of the big fights. Like, what is that like as a fighter, waiting to get an opportunity?
I don't know. I can't really tell you because I don't have a belt. But I mean, I'm sure he's excited and he's been waiting for it for a while. So, I mean, I guess excitement.
Now, you've been in training camp with him. What kind of Jaron Ennis are you expecting to show up that night?
The best one that you've ever seen. He always works hard, so he's always in really good shape and strong and fast. So, I mean, you'll see this guy's good too.
Claressa Shields, the undisputed middleweight champion, has praised Ennis, highlighting his exceptional talent and potential in the welterweight division. Shields' endorsement adds to the growing excitement for the unification bout between Ennis and Eimantas Stanionis, scheduled for April 12th. Both fighters enter the ring undefeated, with Ennis holding a record of 33-0, including 29 knockouts, and Stanionis at 15-0 with 9 knockouts. This clash is poised to determine the true king of the welterweight division, offering fans a spectacle of skill, power, and unblemished records. The bout has garnered significant attention, with promoters and fans alike recognizing it as one of the most awaited fights in recent years. Shields' acknowledgement of Ennis's abilities further elevates the stakes, underscoring the high regard in which Ennis is held within the boxing community.
April, Boots is fighting his mandatory Stanionis in AC at 147. Do you have an opinion on that? Who's going to win that fight?
Boots is special, man.
Special?
All I can say, Boots is special. And I don't even know who the other guy is. Sorry.
Okay, fair enough.
Sorry, no disrespect to him.
Right.
But I know who Boots is.